water, all of which is potable in Theth, Albania. This is as good a time as any as to fill my bottle in preparation for today's hike. Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to another edition of Borders on Budgets. On this episode, we will start in Theth and climb our way 15 kilometers through the Albanian Alps. Theth is about 2.5 hours from Shkodër. The roads in town aren't bad. Can you imagine what they are in the mountains? Starting at an elevation of 750 meters in Theth, one of the goals of today's climb is to get to the Valbona Pass, which is at an altitude of 1,750 meters. To get to the summit of one of these mountains will take about 3.5 hours. Before setting out from Theth to Valbona and through the Albanian Alps, otherwise known as the peaks of the Balkans, it's time for breakfast. A little pricey at $7 for bread, honey, coffee, and the apple. However, sustenance is necessary. The other important feature of today's hike is it does call for rain in about 3 hours. Hopefully, I'll be as chipper at the top of the mountain in the pouring rain as I am here in the valley. This is what I be talking about. Look at this monster. I bet you he didn't have to back up when there was limited space along the 1.5 lanes through the mountains to get to Theth. Maybe Mannerspielzug means I own the road. Some contradictory information that I've received. In the map, it says from Theth to Valbona, 14 kilometers. This sign says Valbona is 16 kilometers, so okay, 15. Again, the biggest fear I have right now is the clouds. It forecasts for strong rain at the top of the mountain. Some quick math before the climb. 6.5 kilometers to Valbona Col, or the Valbona Pass, an elevation gain of 1,000 meters. So the grade of the hike is approximately 15%. I'm 3 minutes into this hike for what will be a 3-hour ascent to Valbona Pass. I'm huffing and puffing already. By the way, do those clouds look favorable? 5 minutes in, I'm sucking wind already. What's the walk like to the mountaintop?
But the good thing, there are like 2 bars, like coffee bars.
Turkish
with
coffee.
Turkish coffee, really good by the way. Kicks in, gives you some new energy, and you have this lovely Albanian music which on the background, so that helps you to move on to this beautiful mountain. Yeah.
I said that the average grade of this hike is 15%. I don't know what this section is, but I'm certainly feeling it. Oh, by the way, the rain, it's starting. These folks have the right idea. They're finishing the hike. I'm still starting. That was thunder in the background. Out of the forested area along this hike, the Valbona Pass is somewhere up there. The clouds are moving in. So too is the thunder and the rain. Well, I've got the camera out. Might as well take advantage. These are one of the many plum trees in the Theth and Valbona area. Here is the famed bar that other hikers on the Theth to Balkans Trail have been talking about, and the pass, or the bar, is located near the Valbona Pass. I can only imagine what the monopolistic prices this establishment has for captive and thirsty hikers. A couple of dollars for a large coffee, and given where the bar is located, perhaps that price is not out of line. Conveniently, the rain is starting to come now as I'm under the roof of this bar, so I'll drink up and take refuge. Here's a pleasant surprise. Wild strawberries. I've seen raspberries on the hike, as well as blackberries and plum trees, but wild strawberries. Very nice. Well, after 3, maybe it was 4 hours, 6.5 kilometers. Is this the Valbona Pass? Are we at the summit?
Yes, it is.
All right, and now we look out to their right, and this is the Valbona Pass. Elevation 1,750 meters, 1,000 meters higher than Theth, 6.5 kilometers away. That translated to about 4 to 5 hours via hiking. The physical demands of the climb to the Valbona Pass are now complete. That was 6.5 kilometers in about 4 to 5 hours. Now comes the challenge of the descent to the village of Valbona itself, which is another 10 kilometers away. Haven't seen much wildlife on the hike, so this is the guy that'll get the spotlight. When ascending, I feel it in my quads. When descending, all the weight is now in my toes. I don't know which one is harder. Sometimes before looking ahead, you have to step back and see from where you came. Slow and steady progress through the forested part of the trail. There we go. Valbona, about an hour and a half away. Today's hike from Theth to the village of Rogam took about 13 kilometers. According to the map, we're only 3 kilometers left to go to Valbona. This hike is part of the Peaks of the Balkans Trail, 200 kilometers that weaves its way through Albania, Kosovo, and Montenegro. And it should take hikers about 10 days. So with the rain finally coming, this is as good a refuge as any. Here we are in the village of Rogam, only 3 kilometers from Valbona. I wish to thank 2 particular people, the meteorological gods for not raining, and I want to thank Richard. Met him on the trail, UK coach driver. Richard, what did you think of today's trail?
Very hard going.
Hey?
Very hard going, but the sun relented and we got a good day in that.
That's what I would think.
It's very hard going. They're going up and coming down. So,
And so there was something else that I wanted to ask Richard. Richard, what was your comment before about the wild strawberries? Oh, you dropped it. Fortunately, I got extras. Go ahead. What was your comment?
Bubblegum sweet.
Bubblegum sweet. There's a way to wrap up the hike. So, for Borders on Budgets, thank you for tuning in to this edition. A reminder, Borders on Budgets, long distance hikes, slices of life, not a lot of money. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. On this episode, we start in Theth, Albania, and we'll climb the Australian Alps. Dummy.